In one of my Midnight Motorist theories, I mentioned how I believed at the time that Junior's was a sold-off Fredbear's Diner after the bite of '83. However, now I'm not so sure. While I do think Afton being drunk is a valid reason for him being turned away from the location, it may have to do with something else. What throws a wrench in my theory is that security breach, specifically Ruin, linked sister location, which is linked to the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 house, to the abandoned pizza place rather than Fredbear's. While I think all that's good evidence that tries to tell a story, I don't know what to do with it. So here, I'm going to present two possible explanations first. As I said earlier, I thought that Fredbear's was sold to a bar named Junior's. A piece of evidence to back this up is that Junior's is just a really common name for fictional bars, but there wasn't much else. Under this first, and in my opinion more likely explanation, Junior's was bought back by Fazbear Entertainment to make the pizza place we see in Pizzeria Simulator, which then fell into a sinkhole and was built on top of the Pizzaplex. I don't know what kind of asshole architect thought it was a good idea to build on top of a sinkhole in general, but they were probably paid a lot by Fazbear Entertainment to ignore it, so who cares? This would explain how Michael Afton's room, whom I've previously said is still alive, is almost perfectly preserved in the Pizzaplex itself. However, there are some problems with this explanation. Namely, the prominent theory that the crying child's bedroom isn't part of the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 house, as the layout doesn't match in the slightest, but rather, it's a testing facility of some sort, as it's marked as an observation room on the sister location breaker map. Why would Afton's underground bunker be providing power to his own house? To be fair, Fredbear's and the actual house are also marked on there, but these could also be mock-ups. While I don't believe that's the case, I still find it weird Afton is providing power to his own house through an underground rental service, but then again, it's Afton and you can never tell with him. So maybe he just rewired it? Honestly, that's not really far off, given the series we're working with. So while I think the FNAF 4 gameplay is part of the underground testing facility, I think the location is actually linked to the actual house. A second explanation is that Junior's isn't Fredbear's at all, or that the house isn't Afton's house, or at least the same house from Five Nights at Freddy's 4, but I find it too convenient the way it's arranged in the Later That Night map. Like I said, not every depiction has to be one-to-one with every other depiction. I mean, look at Five Nights at Freddy's 2, the sprites from the animatronics don't even match within the same game. So, I believe the first explanation over the second. But then, why is Crying Child's grave, if it's even a grave to begin with, beyond Junior's rather than near Afton's house? Well, I believe in one of three explanations. First, this isn't a grave, rather a secret entrance to the sister location bunker, and the crying child was actually given a proper burial. Or second, this actually is his grave, and he was buried closer to the place he was killed than where his family lived, which would make some sense, meaning Afton's entrance to sister location is somewhere else, maybe within his own house, which would make sense as to how Michael would be able to go down there that easily. There's a problem with this latter explanation though. Michael isn't the only one that works down there. There were two technicians on night 4 that were operating the scooper and moving Ballora around, so maybe I was wrong about this being CC's grave, but that changed where Michael went to when Afton says he went to that place again, which lowers how likely this is for me. This brings us to the third explanation, where Afton's entrance is separate from either his house or the marked spot, and the marked spot is CC's grave, which in my opinion makes the most sense. In any case, we know that Afton's house is linked to sister location, which is linked to the pizza place, which used to be Junior's, which used to be Fredbear's, which fell into a sinkhole after the vents burned down, and CC's bedroom is actually its experiment in sister location, and all of the above are linked to the Pizzaplex. I think I did a good job explaining my opinions and how I think this all fits together, but if you disagree, feel free to leave a comment down below. If you're into Sonic the Hedgehog, be sure to subscribe to my main channel, and if you enjoyed, leave a like and subscribe for more content like this. As always, stay safe, stay cool, and I'll see you.